Greetings, everybody. I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Well, folks, it's finally time to begin 2024's Nightmare Month. And again, I'd like to apologize that this year has been causing my blog show to fall behind. Anyway, what do I have in mind tonight? Well, let's take a look at Aardman Animation, shall we? For those who don't know, Aardman Animation is a British stop-motion animation company founded in 1972 by Peter Lord and David Sproxton. In the past, I did blog a few of their films, like the Shaun the Sheep films, Early Man, and their CGI Christmas classic, Arthur Christmas. And in my opinion, these films are absolutely excellent. Anyway, the subject of this episode is going to center on their beloved duo, Wallace and Gromit. Now, Wallace is a cheese-loving inventor, and Gromit is his loyal and smart dog who communicates through facial expressions and body language. Ever since 1989, these guys have starred in 4 short films, which consisted of A Grand Day Out, A Close Shave, The Wrong Trousers, and A Matter of Love and Death. And to me, all of them are classics. And I hear that Wallace and Gromit are going to give us a new movie this coming Christmas on Netflix, which seems pretty interesting due to it featuring an old adversary that they faced a long time ago. But that's beside the point. For tonight's blog, we're going to look at Wallace and Gromit's first full-length stop-motion animated film. But does it hold up today? Well, let's find out. Released in North America on October 7th, 2005, the movie is Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. So, on for the plot of the movie. It is Vegemania in Wallace and Gromit's neighborhood, and our 2 enterprising chums are cashing in with their humane pest control outfit, Anti-Pesto. With only days to go before the annual giant vegetable competition, business is booming, but Wallace and Gromit are finding out that running a humane pest control outfit has its drawbacks, as their West Wallaby Street home fills to the brim with captive rabbits. Suddenly, a huge mysterious vegetable ravaging beast begins attacking the town's sacred vegetable plots at night, and the competition hostess, Lady Tottington, commissions Anti-Pesto to catch it and save the day. Lying in wait, however, is Lady Tottington's snobby suitor, Victor Quartermain, who'd rather shoot the monster and secure the position of local hero, not to mention Lady Tottington's hand in marriage. With the fate of the competition in the balance, Lady Tottington is eventually forced to allow Victor to hunt down the vegetable-chopping marauder. Little does she know that Victor's real intent could have dire consequences for her and our 2 heroes. So, what do I think of this movie? Well, in my personal opinion, this movie was a lot of fun, and it's got to be one of my favorite animated films of 2005. But to further explain why I love this movie, let's head over to Mustang Notes. In March 2000, it was officially announced that Wallace and Gromit were to star in their own feature film. It would have been Aardman's next film after The Tortoise and the Hare, which was subsequently abandoned by the studio in July 2001, owing to script problems. The directors Nick Park and Steve Box have often referred to the film as the world's first vegetarian horror film. The film was originally going to be called Wallace and Gromit: The Great Vegetable Plot, but the title was changed as the market research disliked it. The first reported release date for The Great Vegetable Plot was November 2004. Production officially began in September 2003, and the film was then set for release on September 30th, 2005. In July 2003, Entertainment Weekly referred to the film as Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Park said that after separate test screenings with British and American audiences, including children, he adjusted the character's speech for American audiences. Park was often sent notes from DreamWorks which stressed him. He recalled one note that Wallace's car should be trendier, which he disagreed with, because he felt that making things look old-fashioned made it look more iconic. The vehicle that Wallace drives in the movie is an Austin A35 van. The official color of the van is Preston Green, named in honor of Nick Park's hometown. After the film was released, despite it being a box office disappointment in the US, it received critical acclaim and won a number of film awards, including an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, making it the second and latest film from DreamWorks Animation to win that award following Shrek, as well as being the first stop-motion film to win. As of January 2023, it is the second highest grossing stop-motion animated film of all time, behind Aardman's first feature film, Chicken Run. Now, when I saw this movie in theaters with my dad, I thought it was a great movie, and I also liked the animated short, The Madagascar Penguins in A Christmas Caper, which played before the movie, but that's a subject for another time. Anyway, what are my thoughts on the stop motion? Well, in my personal opinion, the stop motion animation, despite it being hard to do, especially for an hour's worth of material, is terrific. And I really like the facial expressions that the characters display. Speaking of which, during my high school age, I got to learn about facial expressions during my social skills class while watching the movie one time. And I'd like to thank my teacher, Mr. Andrew Hall, for teaching me all about it. Also, I like the animation for the rabbits, and in my opinion, these little veggie-loving rodents are both cute and very mischievous. Plus, I think some of the scenes at night can be very bone-chilling due to the silence and the creepy sounds. Also, I think the final climax at Tottington Hall has got to be the most epic scene in the entire movie. Plus, I also think the humor in this movie is pretty good as well. Though, there are a lot of burping jokes, which can be pretty gross at times, but anyway, that does not affect my enjoyment of the movie whatsoever. And I think that's all I got for Mustang notes, so let's move on to the characters and their voice actors. Let's start with our main characters. Wallace, voiced by the late Peter Sallis, and his dog Gromit, who sadly has no voice actor. In my opinion, Wallace, while a tad goofy and absent-minded at times, is a clever, cheese-loving inventor, and I like that during this movie, he and Gromit provide a humane pest control business known as Anti-Pesto, protecting people's vegetables from rabbits. Also, I think Wallace's inventions are very creative and handy, and I also like the bun vac, aka the BV6000, and his mind manipulation-o-matic, which he uses to brainwash the bunnies into disliking vegetables. Unfortunately, Wallace accidentally sets the bun vac to blow, and his brain is fused with a rabbit whom he names Hutch. And of course, things start to go dark from there, due to Wallace unawareingly transforming into a giant monstrous rabbit known as the Were-Rabbit whenever the moon rises in the sky, and Hutch slowly gains Wallace's personality. As for Gromit, well, he serves more as a main character in this movie, mainly due to his clever detective skills, and I like that he grows his own melon for the vegetable competition. Plus, I like the scene where Gromit drives the Anti-Pesto van to chase after the Were-Rabbit, and where he uses an aeroplane while fighting Philip and protecting Wallace from getting killed. Next we come to Lady Campanula Toddington, voiced by Helena Bonham Carter, best known as Bellatrix Lestrange in the Harry Potter film series, along with being in Fight Club, several Tim Burton films, and of course, Jerry Bruckheimer's The Lone Ranger. Her family has been hosting the annual vegetable competition on their estate over the past 517 years. In my opinion, Lady Toddington is a very compassionate woman. She adores fluffy animals, and she has a passion for gardening as well. Also, she is a pacifist, preferring to find a non-violent solution to her rabbit infestation. And also, she attempts to persuade her boyfriend Victor to stop his thoughtless killing. She also tries to always see the good in people and is always willing to give them second chances. However, it is because of this that she also comes across as being somewhat submissive, especially towards her now ex-partner, thus allowing him to easily manipulate her. By the end of the movie, though, Lady Toddington becomes far more assertive, finally stands up to Victor, and sprays him with plant fertilizer and whacks him over the head with a giant carrot, dumping him in the process. Our next character is the film's main antagonist, Lord Victor Quartermaine, voiced by Ray Fiennes, best known for playing Lord Voldemort in the Harry Potter film series, along with Pharaoh Ramesses in DreamWorks' The Prince of Egypt, and the Moon King in Laika's Kubo and the Two Strings. Now, I find this guy to be a very selfish jerk who's obsessed with shooting rabbits, and he's willing to marry Lady Toddington in order to get her money. Plus, whenever someone or something gets in his way of something that he wants, like Wallace being with Lady Toddington, he will do anything to get rid of them, even kill them. Also, I think Victor's dog, Philip, is a very aggressive mutt, and he pursues his objectives with no hesitation. Another character to talk about is Reverend Clement Hedges, the town vicar voiced by Nicholas Smith. This character is the very first victim to witness the were-rabbit. Later in the movie, after Victor Quartermaine witnesses Wallace's transformation into the monster, Hedges provides him with the golden bullets that could kill him. And now on to my final words. Overall, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, has got to be one of the greatest films to come from Aardman Animation and one of the best stop-motion animated films ever. The story is fun, spooky, and thrilling. The stop-motion animation is fantastic. The characters are lovable and memorable, even though one was an absolute hunting-obsessed jerk, and the voice acting is spectacular. So, if you folks are fans of Aardman's films, the Wallace and Gromit shorts, or stop motion, then be sure to give this movie a watch, especially during the Halloween season. I give it a full 100%. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me next time, because for my next Halloween blog, I'm going to go on a cross-country road trip with my honorable macabre family. Mustang power.